Hey everybody, it's Moonbow here, and welcome back to more Endless Scrap Mechanic. It has been a while. Now, in today's episode of Scrap Mechanic Creations, we are going to be checking out some logging vehicles. That is right, guys. We have ourselves a logging truck right here, as well as a really cool tree cutter style thing. So the logging truck was something that I did make during the live stream. I finished up a couple things with it. So, of course, guys, if you did see the live stream, then let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you thought of it, because, of course, I got the live streams every Saturday. So we're going to check out the logging truck. We are going to check out the cutter. We're going to try and cut down some trees. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get right into it. Alright, so we're going to start off with the logging truck right here. As you can see, I do have two of them. The only difference between them is one of them has some finished logs in it. So I will show you this one real quick here. You can see it's a really cool truck. I'm extremely happy with the way the overall design turned out as a truck. The details as well, and of course its functionality is really good too. So the truck overall, pretty cool stuff. You can see over here, this is the one without the logs. So during the live stream, I put some logs in the back of it, and it lagged the game terribly. So what I ended up doing was making a second one and just putting all of the logs in there by welding them. So that way you can actually drive around in the truck, and you can get a nice view here. You can see all the logs are in the back of the truck. They don't move and they don't lag. So, oh, I see the wheel has totally just screwed up, but that's okay because we are not going to be looking at this one. We are going to be checking out the empty one right here. So let's just hop into the driver's seat like so and get away from that glitched out one. Let's go for a little bit of a spin here. Oh, the wheels are all sorts of messed up. Okay, there we go. All right. So on this seat right here, you can see that this is actually where you put the struts out. So those little things will pop out like that, and they will lift you up and stabilize the truck. And the 2 key on this driver's seat is only the horn. Now we can hop into this seat right here, and we can actually do quite a few things. So number 1, that opens and closes the little claw grabber right there. You can see 2, I actually did put the modded laser beam right there, so you can actually see where you're looking. You press A and S, or W and S, sorry, to actually move the entire crane around, and then you can press 3 and that will spin it 360 degrees like so, just in case you want to change the orientation as to where your log is facing. And then you can press 4, which actually just extends it out beyond the truck. And then you press the 5 key right there, and you can see it actually lowers it right about to the ground. This is best used on flat ground, but of course you can always change the sensor range, or sorry, the pistons there, so that you can get a different length on the extension. So the truck is pretty cool. I'm going to show you guys actually. I'm going to spawn a log right here. So this little log right here is made up of nothing but a whole bunch of curved pieces, painted brown of course, so you get this very cool log effect going. So we can actually hop back into the truck here. Let's move the truck over to that log there and try our best to pick it up and put it into the back here. So we are going to have to bring those back in and try and back ourselves up. And, well, good thing we got the laser there, because we can actually just use that laser to line it right up just like that. We'll put the laser right over the log. There we go. And I guess we're not going to really need the struts in this case here, because it's relatively stable as it is. Alright, so we will press the 5 key like so. I might need to actually rotate it a bit. Oh, there we go. And we will press the 1 key. Alright, it's working so far. Oh, don't press that. Alright, there we go. We bring the log in like so. Rotate that around like that. It's not going to go in too straight. So you know what we'll do actually is we will just kind of spin it around like so to put it in a little bit better. And, whoop, nope, don't, I keep pressing that button. Don't press that, it's pretty useless when you're actually running the logs. There we go. So I just popped a log in there. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I was doing this in the live stream. I got 4 logs. That's it. And then the game was broken. I could not even do anything anymore. So unfortunately, the game is not optimized enough for some of these creations that I've been making. But nonetheless, it is a lot of fun to drive around and play around with these little things. So that, in a nutshell, is the logging truck. So let's move on to the ridiculous tree cutter. Alright, so this is the tree cutter. And that over there is the long tree, it's pretty barren. I guess that's probably why we're going to get rid of it. We're going to attempt to cut that one down. Obviously, there's no destruction physics, guys, so we have to kind of make do with what we got. So this is the ridiculous tree cutter. It does look kind of silly. I did find a picture online that had a very similar design to this, so I kind of based it off of that just as a general idea, and I just kind of went with it on my own. So you can see it has an interesting midsection right here. So the way we get into this vehicle is actually just going right underneath it like so, and we can easily drive it around. So what I ended up doing was creating a little middle section there, and you can see that each little section on the either side of it will actually turn as well. So it's kind of a weird build. You can see it turns on a pretty tight radius because of it, and that's why I really did it. I did not put any suspension on this just because I didn't want it bouncing around and all that. So it's pretty cool though. We can bring up the keys here. We can press the 1 keys. Now you can see right here that 1 key activates a piston, which is a little lock on the inside. And then we can press 2 and 3, so that will actually spin the entire body around. And you can go in both directions by pressing the 3 key there. We'll go back in the other way, and you can actually just press the 1 key again and drop the lock right back in. So the 4 key, that is going to extend the entire mechanism. So I'm really happy with the design on this one because as you can see, the whole thing lowers down, and I even have in here some hidden pistons that give it a really nice natural effect, something that you would actually see in real life. So that's pretty cool, and it actually doubles up with the extension here, so that will actually go right up to the tree like that, and that's how you will grab onto it. So there's a couple more things though, of course. So you can see we can actually turn the saw blades as well as the grabber there, so we can get some tilt on that. Once you cut the tree down, you know, we can actually rotate it around, and then you can press the 7 key, which will close the arms, which is kind of gonna grab onto that little log that I made, and then we can press the 8 key, and as you can see, those are the spinning blades like that. They spin pretty fast. They're not very sharp, apparently, because they don't cut anything. But the only thing we have to do, guys, is line ourselves up with that huge log. I've never done this before. It's going to be massive. We're going to try and cut it down. So I'm just going to try and line myself up. I kind of realized that the way I made the steering, it actually does make it kind of difficult to line this thing up with your little makeshift log here. I mean, I do have the entire rotating head, which is pretty good, but it doesn't work the greatest. I wish you could actually cut stuff, though. So let's just line this up ever so painfully, just like that right there, I believe. All right, perfect. So we're pretty much lined up there. We can press the 4 key, and that will extend like that. We will go up right next to the log here, and I guess we'll press the 7 key. That will lock right onto the log like so, and of course, the last thing you do is start up the saw blades and jam it right into the tree. All right, here we go. We're gonna spin them up. Oh, that left one is not spinning. Come on, spin. There it goes. All right. Oh, and it's cutting. Look, it's kind of funny because the game is kind of glitchy. You can actually see right there that it looks like the saw blade is actually going into the wood, but it's not actually, unfortunately. So what you have to do is kind of break character here and manually cut the tree. So we will just grab those there like that. Perfect. So now the tree is completely cut by those saw blades, of course, right, guys? And we can back away now. So I've done this with the little log that I showed you guys earlier. I've done it a bunch of times, like handling it with this machine. But I've never done it with something ridiculously tall like that, so I'm kind of scared to back away, but we are going to have to see. So I will just kind of ease. Can I even... Is it too heavy? Oh, uh-oh. Okay, there, it's wiggling. Uh-oh, it's pretty heavy. It's working. It didn't tip over. Okay, the whole arm is actually kind of slowly breaking right now. You can see it's actually slowly spinning. I wonder, can I keep that level? Oh my goodness, look. I can keep it level. It's like a huge balancing act. What? Okay, can I feel like I'm gonna tip this thing if I try and move it around too much. So, I mean, at this point, I now have this massive stick in my little hand there, and I'm not too sure what the best plan of action would be. So what I was thinking, though, was stopping the blades and extending them out, and that should drop the tree down just like that. So What I was kind of imagining was if we can tilt this over just a little bit like that, we should be able to slowly drop that tree down and hopefully center it a little bit better. Alright, so I didn't center it at all. It just tipped over like that, and I can't even lift it up anymore. You know what? Obviously, this machine was not designed to cut trees down that are this large. I bet you, though, you could definitely use the super light polygon mod pack and make very light things. They are kind of glitchy in the game, of course, but that is pretty much the tree cutter. We can let go of the log there like that and just kind of drop it down. And you know what? I'm gonna try and pick that up with the truck now. Okay, so I've got the truck lined up right here. The only problem is I was trying to get a little bit closer to that massive tree, and unfortunately, the game was lagging extremely badly. But you know what? I think I might be able to grab it from here and get away with it. I'm not sure yet, so let's try this out. We're going to extend that. Okay, so that doesn't reach. I guess what we can do, though, is extend these, perhaps. So we're just going to kind of manually extend the arm and hope that it will reach all the way. We'll go all the way to 15 here. Not quite enough. You know what, though? We might actually... I'm gonna be a little bit of a lumberjack here and roll the log around. Okay, that went too far. Oh, whoops. I just popped it up. Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's not good. This log is a terrible idea. Alright, so it turns out it wasn't the truck at all, it was this ridiculous log. So what I ended up doing was adding some blocks here so that when it is on its side like that, it's not going to be calculating all of those physics. So let's just kind of smash that with the hammer. Here we go. Is it gonna fall? Uh-oh. Is it just balancing? Alright, one more good hit. Timber! Oh, okay, that was fast. Alright, so that is much better. You can see that little gap there is actually taking a lot of the surface contact from that log off of the ground, which is clearly making a huge difference. Alright, so let's just kind of get close to it. There's a pretty rough center, I guess you could say. We'll get the laser going here. I bet you I could probably back that up to right about there. And we will spin this. This is the moment of truth here, guys. It's the ridiculously long log getting picked up by this truck. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think maybe actually I might just kind of move the whole log over a little bit. There we go. Perfect. We will grab onto it and hope for the best. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're gonna have to kind of juggle it a little bit maybe. What if we'll open that up and I will grab it from farther down the center, right about there maybe. There we go, and we can actually just move the log back. Alright, this is ridiculous. I was not expecting it to get this ridiculous. Alright, so, okay, that's definitely not going to fit in the back of that truck, so I guess this is what I got now. I got this logging truck with a very ridiculous log. I don't think it's very good for navigating through the woods or anything. Wow, this truck is a beast. It just went over that rock. But you can see it's handling extremely well. That log is nothing for it. We can bring it wherever we want. We could bring that thing to a sawmill or something. You never know. So that is pretty cool. Uh-oh, almost lost the log. So there you have it, guys. It is some more Endless Scrap Mechanic for you. It is a really funny-looking logging truck with a ridiculous log right now. And we also have the use your full imagination tree cutter over there, you know. So some interesting builds, some things that I have wanted to make in this game for a little while now. So I'm really happy about that. So, of course, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Endless Scrap Mechanic. If you did enjoy the video, or maybe you enjoyed these creations, then let me know by hitting that like button, or maybe actually going to the description, checking them out on the Steam Workshop. Let me know what you thought. So that is all I got for you guys today, but I do have a very special creation that I do really want to have finished by Friday, so there'll be a video on Friday of this thing. I'm extremely excited to get it done. I really hope that it is going to work as planned. So thank you so much, guys. Make sure you trust in the beard, and I will be seeing you in the next one, so bye for now.